Good evening, everybody. Welcome to an episode of Café con Cass. My name is Cassandra / Cass. Again, to clarify, on a previous episode, not gas. When you're in Europe, I'm here representing Puerto Rico, USA, and I respect my colonial grandfathers. However, yeah, I'm here. Guys, I am just so happy to be here. To be back in the studio because last Monday was a holiday. And the previous Monday, I actually was in the hospital. It was a really intense experience. I had, as so many New Englanders had, this really awful cough that just wouldn't go away. And you know, the cough turned into some mucus turned into not being able to breathe, bronchitis triggered my asthma. I went into Cambridge Hospital. I just want to give a little shout out to CHA, as I often do for their amazing programs and resources. I went to CHA, the emergency room, about like 3 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't breathe. It was really scary. And I was thinking, okay, cool, I'm going to get an asthma treatment, then I'm going to go back to work. Of course, you know. That was very unrealistic. And they admitted me and they pumped me up with a lot of magnesium and blood clotters and or anti-blood clotter. It was a lot. It was really hard to admit that I was sick. And this is a really vulnerable story for me because obviously illness presents a certain amount of vulnerability of the mind, body, and spirit. But I was really well taken care of. And I really appreciated the care that I got, and I have yet to write. I got to write Fran a little like letter of recommendation and a thank you because her care was just really excellent, and she was really persistent. So, I mean, I wanted to take a moment to really talk about that in the name of healing, arts, and diversity. It was a really intense experience because, you know, you're presented with pain and shortness of breath, and I always have this fear and concern in emergency rooms because I've had a major, health event before of being discriminated against as a woman. You know, usually you complain of pain and they kind of look at you and they're like, you're okay. And I have a really bright, positive demeanor. And sometimes people are like, no, you're not sick. But I was really sick and I really needed that care. So I'm really happy that I got it. I also had some really intense moments within that. Filling my prescriptions. Right before, I lived in New York City for 2 years before moving back to Massachusetts. And I remember hearing the story of a young girl that died of asthma. And my naivete said, whoa, who dies of asthma? This is a preventative illness. There are medications for it. There's an emergency room. And then all of a sudden I realized when I was picking up my prescriptions, which included cough medicine and this steroid inhaler called Advair, which is a disc. The Advair came up, the albuterol came up, and then I have insurance. The co-pays for these were $40. The total of my medications that day was $110, not including, the cab right there, all these things. So the cost of care not only is high in terms of getting the access to care and in terms of insurance and like the internal mechanisms at the hospital. But, once you leave the hospital, if you can't follow up that care and you get that emergency help, you can't really have that maintenance. So, I don't know, let's just like take a deep breath to kind of absorb that and like sit with that. And I would like to kind of take a moment of silence for those who have perished and died of asthma, for those who have died of pneumonia, including Jim Henson, Bernie Mac. You can cope really well, but it's really dangerous. So let's just have a little moment of that while I cue up something else. So yeah, it's intense. It's intense. So this introduction is a perfect segue to one of my favorite activities on Café con Gas, which is our emotional check-in. So let's just go over here. All right, so I'm going to keep this a little layered, which I really liked. So we're going to check in for a second. So a lot. Primarily, I'm hopeful. Primarily, I'm happy. Primarily, I'm like slightly hysterical, but in a really, really good way. I'm just like really happy to be back. So there's also a lot of different feelings. I wouldn't say I'm sad or frustrated. I'm a little bit angry at the weather. Mother Nature, I love you, but you know, you're making it really hard. Or actually maybe society is making it hard, because instead of throwing ourselves into these extraneous situations and everybody falling ill with the flu and asthma and all these things, why don't we hibernate a little bit? Yeah? A colleague of mine was joking that I had signed this petition to register our office as a green office for like, this is through the sustainability program. And I went and got all these signatures, and I'm thinking, maybe I should start a different petition of my own. So anyways, feeling a lot of these things, encouraging you to also do an emotional check-in, feeling very vibrant, feeling like using my arms today. There's something going on that's pretty cool. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling happy. If you're at home, I can't show this clip here at CCTV, Cambridge Community Television. Cambridge Community Television. However, I would implore you to go online and to Google Key and Peele's I Can Do Anything sketch, basically making fun of NCAA athletes who are like super pumped on adrenaline, and basically the reporter comes up to him and he's like, so how do you feel? He's like, you can do anything! And it just kind of gets out of control. So I'm kind of feeling that way right now. Feeling super, super thankful for my help, and super thankful for all of my family and friends who really helped me through this experience. And I also implore you, in addition to emotional check-ins and actually a practice that we were talking about before about self-care plans, in the event that you do have some type of illness or an emergency, make sure you also have your own contingency plan. You know your proxy, emergency contacts, and you at least know one friend who's going to pick you up from the hospital. I think these are really important things to know. And if it's not a friend, a neighbor, someone who you trust, because there was a lot of stress being admitted and calling bosses and calling friends and trying to figure out, you know, what was really going on. So part of it really was going on. I wanted to show you. I wanted to do a little new practice. And on my blog, which is socassandra.wordpress.com right now, I actually have this practice of doing a desktop dump, and I'm really inspired by visuals, and I post a lot of JPEGs of things that inspire me. So in doing that, I realized there's kind of an app that's already kind of doing that. It's called Instagram. So I wanted to like kind of bring, that's not the, I'm gonna do PMP. Let's do effect right here. Awesome. Okay, so basically, here we go. All right, so this is kind of a new practice that I have, which I really love. I'm gonna move this up first. This is my Instagram account, which I really love. Here is the cover of Wired.com, features Questlove. He is in this beautiful, like, vibrant pink, and I just love, like, the joy in his face. He's like, oh, music, and I think that's really gorgeous and inspiring. So here are a couple of other images that also inspired me. I'm gonna try to navigate through this. This is kind of a personal image, and I'm actually gonna flip this little PMP. If you can zoom in on here, this is actually an incense, some incense, and also incense diffuser that I painted while I was in Denver with my best friend. Skyline of Cambridge City, Boston. And this is awesome. I'm actually gonna bring this up I'm gonna bring this up in its entirety because this is just too good. This is my version of Café in the morning. This is Café con gas, we're early birds. Starbucks released, oh, this drives me absolutely nuts. Okay, so Starbucks released this new, they had this really new kind of pseudo brilliant idea, and Starbucks was saying like, oh, we're gonna come out with this flan caramel flavored coffee. So in the name of healing, I had to express some anger in a healthy way, because this thing just pissed me off. It's like, listen, you know, why don't you have, you know, like some more Puerto Ricans represented in your company, more Cubans, and then you bring up the flan. But no, you can't do that. So I really enjoy my local Starbucks, but I also was a little bit conflicted. So I decided to take the time, kind of a morning AM self ritual, or a ritual, to actually make my own foam milk, which you can do by bringing up your temperature on your stove just to warm up the milk so it frosts a little bit, and then you beat it with an egg beater. And this is just absolutely fantastic. I love it. So yeah, this is my 5 days ago Café con Gas Instagram. Good morning, early birds. Beautiful imagery. This is an artist, a Chilean artist who embroidered paintings, just really sensual, really awesome inspiration. This is actually, so this goes to little segue into healing. I'm very, very thankful that my mother also lives in Massachusetts. My extended family is living still in Puerto Rico, and some have migrated over to America as well. But my mom lives here, and I love this quote. It says, when you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new world, great and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. So this is from 1st to 3rd century BC, before Christ. Self-help has existed for many years. So yeah, so that's a little picture, a little dramatic. That's me in the hospital. I'm feeling better. Those days are done, thumbs up. Kind of freaky. My eyes are all yellow. I know, like, the nurse is like, why is this woman taking a selfie? And I'm like, I have a show, I'm documenting, like, this is historical. So that's kind of like why I did it. So anyways, again, thank you for tuning in, guys. And now to segue, I'm going to show you something really, really, really awesome. And this is something that my brother turned me on to. So I don't know which order to go in because I'm just like so excited for this. So this is my younger brother, and he has a YouTube channel that has hit about 20 subscribers, more than I have on Café con Gas. So check out Café con Gas on YouTube, please, por favor. But yeah, while I was home, I got an internet education. Tony is a budding internet scientist. He's an incredible human being. Has been bullied for having a developmental delay, for being different. I was bullied as well as a child, so we have really beautiful, interesting dialogues. So I just wanted to kind of like do a little introduction and show you Tony's YouTube channel. I'll leave his last name for privacy, whatever. I got permission from him to show this video. And I just wanted to show you, I showed him Café con Gas like 2 weeks ago, and he chuckled watching it, which made me so happy. And then he actually started vlogging again. And this is it. So check this out. In the name of healing arts and diversity, I also had mentioned diversity. Part of the show is also cognitive diversity, honoring different thought processes, different brains, different areas of development. So I think Tony really embodies this, and I'm really excited to show you guys this clip.
Why, hi there, everybody. My name is and welcome to a new video. You haven't seen me in a long time. Last video was like a week ago or something. Gosh. But one thing is that the reason that you haven't seen me is because I moved to another channel. I'm still using this channel to upload other videos that I make on that channel because it's made my friend's channel. If you use PC and you go on my channel, if you look at the side of the channel art, it will say me and my friend's channel. Go to that and you'll see Team of Ponyville Express and other stuff. And one video made by me saying that I'm going on this channel, which is the channel that you're watching on, which was that channel. I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't gonna upload it on my channel because I wanted to tell those guys, and I thought you were a fan of them already. So you guys didn't know that. Oh, and if you look under this video, you can see that I did a live stream pro like sniper stuff. I could have did that, but I quit once I started, and that's there. So yeah, this is just an update video to tell you that I'm here. I'm going to use this channel, so you guys don't worry.